Hi everyone, welcome back. So far we've talked about typography and the color in Tailwind CSS. Now it's a time to dive in most important part of web layout spacing. We'll cover how to use a margin, padding, and how to control spacing between elements. Let's get started. Alright, before we jump into code, let's make sure we understand what spacing actually means. That we explain it in CSS, and you should know, and you must know it because you already know CSS. No, imagine a box. Spacing inside a box, that's a padding. Spacing outside the box, that's a margin. Super simple. Until when we can apply both using short and easy class names. So padding. Let's start with a padding. We use the letter P, followed by a number, for example P4, as padding on all four sides on the element, top, right, bottom, and left. And I'm gonna show you the example. Of course, in div, in the body, write a div, in the div we got this is a box. And we're gonna add some of the classes like a background color, gray, 400. And a padding is a 4. Look at the result. This is a padding for outside the box. And you can also target a specific site like PT, padding top, and a PB for a padding bottom, and a PL for a padding left, and a PR is not a Premiere Pro, padding right. Or we have a PX for left and right, as we explained in the last lecture, or a PY, and top and a bottom. It's both of them. This is our documentation in this lecture. I'm gonna make a new box in a div. Look, we're gonna type a new div, like horizontal. Okay, this is a text, and then make a class on it. Background color, yellow, 600. Okay, PX is the left and the right. It's about 20 or 22 pixel. At PY, bottom and top and left, and bottom is 2, a half frame. Looking into the result, as you can see, that's a result for it. Okay, that gives you the total control over the area space of any. Okay, now let's talk about a margin. The control the spacing outside an element. Same idea. Just replace the P with an M. So M4. You can simply add M4. That's mean M4 is a margin. It's bottom, top, right, left, all around the element. As you can see now. And you can also use, like we do, the padding. You can use it in the margin, like MX or even MY or even MT. Like all of that exactly like padding. And there's a cool trick if you wanted to center a block element horizontally, use MX auto like this. Look, MX, that center element horizontally. And now Tailwind spacing uses a single scale. The number represents unit in a ream, which are relative to the root font size. So padding 4 means 1 ream, which is usually 16 pixel. Here is the general idea. 1, it means a quarter ream, and 2 is a half ream, 4 is 1 ream, and 8 is 2 ream, and so on all the way up to 96. So now we're gonna talk about space between elements, space Y and space X. Tailwind also gives you a smart way to add spacing between child elements without needing to add a margin to each one manually. You can use space X for a horizontal spacing and space Y for vertical spacing, but it only works inside flex or grid containers. I'm gonna show you now the simple examples about a box. Now we're gonna add as just one div. As you can see this without adding any padding, The first div we're gonna add a flex. I'm gonna explain it, and a space /x. Okay, look what he made it. Look, they made it like this. Look, what does a flex do? The flex class in Tailwind turns a containers into a flex box layout. This lets the child element be aligned horizontally by default, side by side, like what I do here. Okay, Or what does the space X /4? Okay, /4, this is very important, and I missed them. I'm sorry about that. That's it. The space X/4 adds a horizontal spacing, a margin between the child element, not around them, only in between. The number 4 is spacing you need in Tailwind. It's equal 1 rem, which is 16 pixel. Okay, on it, some of padding, like here, a background color, blue, 500, and then the text is a white, padding 4. The padding is, I'm gonna use this classes in all of box, we've made it. Look, what did he made it? This adds a spacing only between the element, not before the first or after the last. It's a perfect for a clean layout. And I'm gonna quick tip, always think in the layers. First the margin, then a padding, then the spacing between any element. This sliding mind list will help you build better layouts. And you, of course, you don't need to memorize these classes. Just remember the patterns. M, margin, P, padding, space X, and space Y, spacing between children, and Tailwind documentation is a great use it while you build. That's it for today, lecture on spacing in Tailwind CSS. Next up, we're diving into layout tools, Flexbox, and Grade, which will help you position and organize element like professional. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you out. Now go practice some spacing.